until about 15 years ago, I noticed that there are names and words in ancient texts were Kurdish. So, for example, a king of Manayan. Manayan ruled in part of Kurdistan, mainly East Kurdistan, around 3,000 years ago. So name of the king was Aza. Aza in Kurdish means brave. But I'm not that type of people who jumps to conclusion. I looked more and I found another word. For example, Wasta Rebar in Kurdish means formal leader. And that word was translated via Assyrian language at the time. So in English, it was translated as foreman as well. So Wasta Rebar after 3,000 years ago and Aza after so that changed my understanding about language, about history of languages. So that was the beginning and the start of the journey of studying ancient languages. So I studied Sumerian, Hurrian, Hittite, Luvian, Avestan. There are other languages, less known languages, just to understand what happened. So I'm a historian, but I use every tool. I'm a musician as well. So music, language, everything helps me to understand, and I use all these tools to help me to understand the Kurd. So understanding the Kurd requires open. If you follow the conventional method, you won't understand it. For example, let me tell you one thing. Spitting happens in Kurdish culture. And I remember seeing my father spitting, but he always stamped on it. You know, it was like immediately. I didn't know why. And I read now, it's a Sumerian custom. You're never allowed to spit without stamping on it. So my father was doing it unconsciously. So even the bread, you know, the kneading of the bread, the word for barley, for these words, agricultural words. After 5,000 years, we speak at the moment, when I speak Kurdish at home, sometimes 60% of the words are found in Sumerian, few found in Hittite, Median language. We don't have like much details as much as Sumerian language, but we still have a reasonable number of words which can tell us aspect of grammar, and especially horse-related vocabularies. So they are entirely Kurdish. So this journey of language helped me to have deeper understanding. And the method I was following, I didn't focus on understanding the Kurd. For me, history of humanity is connected in every way. So to understand the Kurd, I studied ancient religion. And for example, even English people, French people, I wanted to understand them because humanity somehow is connected. For example, there was a prophet called Mani. This prophet, prior to Islam, he was well known around the world. His religion was spread to, he started from a city, his fathers and mother from Hamadan. Those days were part of Kurdish territory. He came from that family. His religion spread from China to Europe. So he was so influential. And so what I mean, we are connected in every way. We didn't appreciate this connection. So that's why I didn't focus on understanding the Kurd. So because I studied all these different religion and nationalities, that helped me to see the Kurd within the bigger picture of the history of the Middle East and history of Europe as well. Because Middle East and Europe is very much connected, is not visible. But when you dig deeper, you understand how word travels. For example, Sumerian word like gri. Gri in Sumerian means cry. In Kurdish, exactly, gri means cry, and it changed in English becomes cry. And in Old French, gridare, something like that. I can't remember all these words. and you can find in Italian in different forms. Slightly the meaning changes. That's understandable for linguists. Word when spread around the world, it like loses part of its meaning, but remain within the same circle of languages. So this is the story of how I started understanding the Kurds.